BNS. Breaking news.
Seriously?
Welcome to BNS. Breaking news seriously. The only show brave enough to report the chaos while simultaneously mocking it. I'm your host, Sean, delivering the voice of reason in a world gone mad. Unless the AI overlords replace me by next week. Let's dive into the absurdity, shall we? First up, the Conservative Political Action Conference, or CPAC, which I assume stands for Corrupt Politicians and Capitalists. Picture this: Argentina's president, Javier Milei, the self-proclaimed Argentina Trump, struts onto the stage like he's auditioning for Mad Max. Hands Elon Musk a literal chainsaw and says, "Here, buddy, let's cut some bureaucracy." Elon, wearing sunglasses indoors like he's hiding from his own Tesla stock price, twirls it around like it's a lightsaber. Subtlety is dead, folks, and these two are dancing on its grave. Meanwhile, Steve Bannon, yes, the guy who looks like he's perpetually recovering from a 3-day bender, decides to give an interesting hand gesture.
Quit. The only way we don't have victory if we surrender. The only way that they win is we retreat. And we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight.
Whoa. If I didn't know any better, that looks really similar to what the guy with the little mustache used to do back in Germany. But no, he was probably just wanting to copy his friend Elon from a few weeks earlier. 2025, folks, where Nazis are cool again, I guess. Aww. Speaking of Elon, the man's out here dropping one-liners like he's hosting the world's weirdest TED Talk.
The left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Yeah. Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it's like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah.
His big quote, "We need to make comedy legal again." Elon, buddy. Comedy's legal, it's just that your version of it isn't too great. Maybe stick to rockets because your stand-up needs a boost from a SpaceX spaceship. Then there's the Doge drama, Department of Government Efficiency. Elon is promising $5,000 checks to taxpayers from all the savings he's slashing out of the federal budget. Sure, Elon, I'll believe that when I see a check in my mailbox. Probably delivered by a Tesla bot that shorts out halfway up my driveway. Conservatives at CPAC ate it up, of course, cheering like it's free money and not just their own taxes boomerang back with a must-size ego stamp. This reminds me of a guy robbing a bank, taking a huge pile of it for himself, only to hand out a few dollars to bystanders on the way out. And let's not forget Javier Milei's side hustle. Cryptocurrency. Apparently, he's been hyping some sketchy Libra coin, and now an Argentine judge is sniffing around for fraud. What a shocker. A guy who hands out chainsaws like party favors might not be the most trustworthy financial advisor. I guess hurting the people of Argentina wasn't enough. He's gotta go after the crypto bros too. Between Milei's grift and Elon's Doge delusions, the CPAC was basically a masterclass in how to turn politics into a late-night infomercial. Act now and we'll throw in a free Roman salute. Now let's pivot from the CPAC bonanza to the man who keeps stealing the spotlight and your tax dollars, Donald Trump. Grab your popcorn, folks. This one's a doozy. Over in Trumpland, the Don is making moves like he's playing 4D chess with a sledgehammer. Word on the street, or at least in the Washington Post, is that Trump's gearing up to take over the U.S. Postal Service. Yes, the guy who once called mail-in voting a scam now wants to run the mail himself. He's reportedly planning to fire the USPS board with an executive order faster than you can say certified mail. I guess he figured if he can't beat the post office, he'll just own it. Next up, Trump-branded stamps with his face on them. Collect all 45, or is it 47 now? The courts, apparently in on the game, just gave him the green light to fire federal workers left and right. Because nothing says drain the swamp like replacing career civil servants with loyalists who look like they actually live in a swamp. Conservatives are calling it efficiency. Critics are calling it a purge. I'm calling it The Apprentice, Government Edition. You're fired. Meanwhile, Trump's picking a fight with Maine over transgender issues, because why not add another culture war to the pile? Details are murky, but it's safe to assume he's mad about something involving pronouns, bathrooms, or both. Maine's probably just thrilled to be noticed for once, but good luck reasoning with a guy who thinks windmills cause cancer. Expect this to escalate into a full-on MAGA-verse lobster showdown by next week. And then there's the Zelenskyy drama. Trump's out here calling Ukraine's president Vladimir Zelenskyy a dictator. Ironic, coming from a guy who just declared himself king on Truth Social. This all kicked off after Zelenskyy dared to suggest Trump's living in a Russian disinformation bubble. Trump fired back, probably from a golf cart in Miami, claiming Zelensky's the real tyrant for not holding elections during a literal war. Right, Don, because nothing screams democracy like teeing off while your country's under fire. Elon's piling on too, saying Zelensky's people despise him. To be honest, Elon, we kind of despise you as well. But, to be honest, I'm not sure I'm too fond of the comedian in cargo pants myself. He supposedly doesn't know where half of the money that we gave to Ukraine even went. Maybe check one of his pockets in his cargo pants. It's gotta be in there somewhere. So to recap, Trump seizing the post office, axing feds, battling Maine over gender, and trash-talking Zelenskyy, all in a week's work. At this rate, by March, he'll be annexing Canada and banning pineapple on pizza. If he does, you'll hear about it here, folks. BNS, where we report the madness while living in it. Tune in next time. We'll probably be covering Elon launching a chainsaw into orbit or Trump declaring himself emperor of the DMV. Breaking news seriously, because if we don't laugh, we cry. Good night and good luck surviving the headlines. Make sure to like and subscribe. See ya.